Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It's episode 19 and today we are starting things off up in the sky because as you guys know, at the end of the previous episode of Hermitcraft, we finally got ourselves some firework rockets and that means that we can finally look at my base from above. Now this thing is looking completely ridiculous. I mean, it is so cool. I know, of course, I'm going to be saying that sort of thing because obviously it is my base, but I just want to extend out a massive thank you once again to the person on Twitter who came up with the incredible idea for this base, because that is such a crazy... I never would have thought of that, okay? Hands down, 100%. You asked me to build this a million times over, it never would have ended up looking like this. I have no clue how they came up with it, but it looks fantastic. It's like a big ribbon going all the way around the outside. And obviously at some point in today's episode, we are going to be finishing off this section as well. But before we do anything like that, we're actually going to be leaving the base behind because we're going to be working on a project with Mr. Xisuma. So to get things started, I think I should probably gather up just a handful of resources ready for this build, because me and Xisuma are going to be doing some redstone, and I have used up pretty much all of the redstone that I had. So I think we should probably try and fix that back up. Another thing that we're going to need decent quantities of is redstone lamps. And because all of the hermits have taken out quite a lot of the glowstone around the area, I'm having to do this in very, very precarious locations. It's these sorts of things. These are the sorts of things that terrify me about the Nether. But once we've done this, I think we should meet up with the man himself. Hello, Mr. Xisuma.
Hi, Mr. Mumbo Jumbo. How are you doing?
I thought we'd go for a formal greeting in today's Hermitcraft episode.
I like it. It works.
So we have like an announcement to make right at the very start. I thought we'd bring this in right now.
Right away, are we?
Oh yeah, because we literally just spoke about it.
Saying what this video's about. We're going straight into
No. This seems more important. Okay, this seems more urgently important than the rest of this video. So for those of you who are like about to click off, like you're getting bored of the video already.
If you like Minecraft and you want more bosses, you must listen. Basically.
So essentially, there is a tweet going around right now. Xisuma has just informed me of this, and I wasn't aware of it. There is a tweet going around right now that basically it was to one of the Mojang people. They said that how many retweets will it get for more bosses to be added into Minecraft? And they said 1 million. So the person has kind of put out this tweet saying, hey, you know, retweet this tweet for more bosses. And they've given a screenshot of that conversation and everything like that. Currently, at time of recording, is at about 9,000. Which is, that's a strong start. Like, that's a really strong start.
It's a great start. Yeah, it's officially endorsed is the point, right? It's a Mojang dev that said 1 million. So if this can get 1 million tweets, that means that person has to add new bosses into Minecraft. And I love that it's a plural as well, okay?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean one new boss, 2 new bosses, minimum.
Fantastic.
Like,
so what we're going to do...
How fun is the Wither fight?
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the link to the tweet down in the description, or well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm assuming you're going to do something pretty similar. And
I'll probably put it in the description box, or I might hide it on a cryptic website and leave a cryptic clue on how to get there.
I mean, yeah, that would be like a slightly experimental way of doing it. Probably
that would
less
get
effective.
Less retweets, or possibly none.
But yeah, so we're going to put that down in the description, and we highly suggest that you guys go out and retweet it because we fancy new bosses. I think that would be a cool thing. I personally want like a redstone boss. I think that would be good.
Ooh, I love the sound of that.
Oh my! I
want to see the squiver, man. Have you seen the squiver on the server?
No.
Okay, so oh goodness me, who was it? I think it was Tango left it at ZF space, right? Imagine the wither. Instead of soul sand, you got clay, and then he put some squid heads on top of it. The squiver boss, I love it.
What sort of attack would that have?
I don't know. Maybe it could shoot ink at you and it makes you blind. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, we're coming up with also. I like the redstone boss that places traps around you. I think that would be pretty cool. Anyway,
that would be awesome.
We'll stop formulating ideas because that's
we're
Mojang's...
getting too excited about these new bosses. We've actually got a plan for today's episode. Something we mentioned when we last met up and went over to your base. And what did we do over there? Goodness me, my memory's terrible.
I actually can't remember. What did we do?
Oh, we conquered it, didn't we? We ran around slime blocks. Do you remember that?
Yes, yeah, we conquered the Guardian Farm. That was it. Yeah, we did the dancing.
Memories. Oh, this feels normal, Mumbo.
Yeah. We're used to doing that now.
Yeah, we're pro circle runners or whatever.
Yeah. But we're going
that's
to
what
be...
we did before.
Yeah, so
and
we...
in that video, we mentioned like that you're a bit of a spoon and I'm a bit of a derp, and that we need to count our combined
spoon.
What's the word?
Spoon and derp moments. Yes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need spoon and derp meters basically, so that we can work out who is either the bigger spoon or the bigger derp out of the two of us. I think that's kind of what we were going for.
It was, and I pictured, just building like a regular counter. However, you've had this idea to make it a bit of a competition, right?
Yeah. So I thought we could have
there's going to be some sort of wager.
Yeah, so we're going to have like 2 meters going up. I feel like we should probably explain this whilst on the move. So you said that we would fly over to your base.
Oh, we will fly. We will fly high in the sky. You've got to give me a second here, though. I've got some wings somewhere in here.
I'll try my best to actually keep up with it. I seem to be pretty terrible at the whole flying thing. So, you'll probably lose me at some point. I'll travel off into the mountains or something like that. You take the scenic route. So yeah, I'll try my best to keep my eye on you. But yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to build like 2 meters going up where we can basically gauge how many spoon and dirt moments we had. I think that's kind of the plan. I haven't really got an idea of how the redstone's going to work. I haven't really done any designing, but I think if my idea in my head works correctly, it should look pretty cool, basically. I have got mending, no unbreaking. It'll be fine, as long as I'm sure I won't drop out the sky, and if I do, it will just be hilarious. That's
okay. Well, follow me.
Can
Can you do a ground takeoff?
Yep.
You can. I'm lagging.
That was pretty professional. Generally speaking,
that was very good.
Generally speaking, yeah, I'm not that good at doing the whole takeoff things. I'm trying my best to keep an eye actually on where... See, I've already lost you. I genuinely have already lost you. All right, I'm back. So yeah, this is the
community
over the community
area.
Mining villager area type thing.
Are you there as well?
Yep. I'm kind of following you.
Hi.
You are taking like a crazy route.
I got massively distracted by Wells's castle.
Yeah, this thing's insane.
It is actually literally insane.
I can't believe how fast this thing's gone up.
Wells is just a builder, man. Look at this, like, just throws up walls, throws up buildings, no problem. Anyway, can you still see me?
Yeah. I've kind of followed the same route as you, just going all the way around. You're now kind of skimming. You're doing some crazy water skimming type stuff.
Dipping down to the water, showing off my skills. I might do a barrel roll if you're lucky.
That would be cool.
I'm gonna try a 360.
Wait!
That kind of looked impressive. Did that look good?
That looks so good on my screen. This is like Top Gun. Oh. We're flying in like formation. I feel like the red arrows. This is amazing. Wow.
Yeah, look at what's going on here. False has been going crazy. She dug up that entire swamp. There's her pirate ship.
I'm interested as to what the water is. What's all the water here?
It's for getting rid of the mycelium. We're about to see some on my island over here. So my island isn't looking as exotic yet. Eventually it will look a lot nicer. Right. And over on this end, can you see how it's all covered in blue?
Yes. Yeah, no, I am seeing that.
Yeah, all of that water kills off the mycelium.
Right. Okay.
But it only does it at night time. In the daytime, it will stay mycelium. At night, it changes.
Man, that seems like quite a big time investment. Like that seems like something that would be.
It's a bit of a grind, but it's fun.
No, that's cool though. I mean, so you're going to convert all of this island into grass.
Well, I'm gonna convert it into dirt, and then I'm gonna build a palette for what it will look like. Look, different parts of the island will have different sorts of themes about them, right?
Right. Okay.
So some areas might be grassy, some others might be sandy. I haven't really decided yet, but that's the general idea.
Right.
If you followed me successfully, we're now in the central area of my base.
Yep. Yeah. I've landed on the other side, but no, that idea. I mean, what happens if? Just sorry to bring back to the mycelium, but what if you've got one block of mycelium? Does that just spread?
It's already happened, Mumbo. I did a live stream over here, and then after my live stream, I went and checked, and it had spread out across this massive area that I turned to dirt. So
oh no!
it's a risk that something like that could happen, you know.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's the sort of thing that would drive me completely insane. Like, if that happened to me,
it got me bad. Trust me. But anyway, we're here at my base. Would you like a little bit of a tour?
Yes, please. Yeah, because I haven't had like an official Xisuma Void tour of this place at all, and it looks absolutely insane. So, yeah.
Thank you. It's early days though, right? So there's not too much to see here, really. I'm just laying down the foundations.
Right, got you.
The floor that we're on now, the idea for my base is that each floor, each area is like color themed. It's all going to be grey, and each floor has a color. So this is orange, and this is where storage is. So you've got front of you, big sorting system that I'm still building.
Yeah, yeah.
This way around, fishing farm, looking fancy.
Okay.
I've got an enchanting room.
I was going to say, this is really nice.
You're going to like this. So check out these chests over here. Right? Yeah. The light will turn on when one of these is full.
Right. So you have... So
I've sorted them all out by enchantment.
I was going to say, so that's not automatic. That's like a manual sorting process.
Oh, yeah. I don't think you'd ever be able to do it automatically.
No, I was going to say, I thought to myself, like, has Xisuma discovered something that he's kept very quiet about there?
No, no new discovery. This is a bit of a grind as well, but like once you know you start filling up some of the chests, there's only going to be a few more that you're going to get. So back here, there's you come look at the junk from the fishing and just pick out the books you want to keep.
Right, that's smart. I mean, I have an AFK fish farm, but I don't seem to be. I've only used it kind of once. My first book, dude. The first book that I got from it was mending, though. So that's.
I knew you was going to say mending. It's always something good. Let's check it out. I've got some mending books over here. Where is M in that? Every time I look at this, I feel like I know what order the alphabet goes in, but I just...
You've got a few.
I don't know, like, my brain doesn't turn on. I look at it and I don't know where I'm going.
Yeah. No, I get exactly the same thing. See, I thought you'd done, like, a really cool visual trick here, where it was, like, it looked dark underneath, but you had blocks here and it's the floor. But no, it's just a hole.
I was thinking of doing that, Mumbo. I was thinking of putting in some glass there and having a pit with some, like, Enderman trapped in there or something, right?
Yeah, I think that would be a good feature. That would be really, really cool.
It'd be cool. So, anyway, if we just pop round the back here quickly, I think you might like the sight of this, just because there's so much redstone back here.
Whoa! Oh, is this the wiring for the lamps?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you know what's going on here. You look at redstone and understand it, right?
Yeah. So you have
in order to compact this, you would use the comparators with like signal strength going into the side of it.
Yeah.
But then you can't make them like all stacked together.
Yeah.
The only way to have them side by side is to like stretch out the redstone signal and make use of all of it. And so that's why there's just a stupid amount of comparators of redstone back here.
I like it though. It seems like you could have. I actually. Oh no! Yeah, that is the only way that you could really do it. Of course it is. Yeah. I was thinking. Yeah, don't worry. I was thinking if there was like an item inside there. Obviously, if it was just one item, then you could just run torches up and things. But no, that wouldn't show if it was full. So yeah, this is the only way that you could do it. So it's not something that can be compacted.
I don't mind it now that it's built. It felt really frustrating to not be able to compact it, you know, but then I kind of like the way it makes use of the redstone signal wire strength, like it uses all of it, which is pretty cool.
And it looks dead cool. It does actually look really, really cool.
It looks very cool.
So, yeah, no, that's
Lots
nice.
Of redstone.
I mean, this
I'm glad you've been gathering resources for our build today, because that's where most of my redstone supplies have gone,
Right, yeah. No, well, see, I built the sorting system for the Guardian farm, which, when we build my spoon counter, I will show you around a little bit. There's not too much. My base isn't quite as dramatic as this just yet, because obviously I was focusing on clearing out the ocean and things.
Oh, yeah, that takes a heck of a lot of time to clear those out.
Yeah, it is a little bit painful, especially when you lose 50,000 sand. That hurts.
I saw that. I kicked you off the server once because I came over there with my camera account, checking up on you, and there's all this sand spitting out on the floor, and I'm like, this is bad. Mumbo's losing all his sand, so I just kicked you off.
Thank you. You stopped me from losing the remaining 20,000, which is nice.
Yeah, you probably would have lost all of it in that case. So, dude, this bit here is another sorting system, right? You might have seen this on Doc's videos. It's designed by Il Mango. I got a comment on my video that cracked me up the other day. It said Hermitcraft sponsored by Il Mango.
Yeah, we basically are, because pretty much every single build that we do is by Il Mango. So what is this one? I'm sorry for getting distracted and everything, but I have not seen this one yet.
Let me hang on. Let's place. There's no quick way around this area.
Right. Yeah.
So I just place blocks and then break them again. All right. So you see how there's a shulker box there?
Yeah.
This is an item filter system to bring, to fill up the shulker box, and then when it's filled up, it's going to break it and place another one.
Oh, so, like an infinite kind. Well, not like an infinite storage, but like a super storage system kind of thing.
Well, it's instead of storing things in chests, you're going to store them inside shulker boxes, which end up in the chest.
Yeah. So you have isn't it like 100,000 items per chest or something if you do it like that? I did the maths.
Crazy amount.
Yeah.
Look at this. There's diorite there. Diorite's been filled up. Cobblestone's
do not let Iskall know about that one.
Yeah. No one tell him. I need these for a very secret project.
He's not gonna like that either.
He is not at all. So moving around this side, I've got the wall of heads.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very nice.
There's going to be a shulker box sorting system here, but that's not even built yet.
Right.
Then I got my mementos. One of these is from us, I think. Which one is the one?
Raiding with Mumbo there. Oh, that's nice. I like that. That's a cool idea.
Yeah, that's right. So whenever there's a really cool episode or something interesting happens, I leave a little memento.
Oh, that's
the ones at the top though. Creepered, Butt Kicker, and Here's Johnny. Yeah. They don't have episodes numbers on them. Oh no, they're the deaths. I remember now. I've died 3 times, right?
Yeah.
They're my death mementos.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, I was looking.
So each time I die, I have to make a memento.
Right.
And, I love the idea, because the history of what's happened is going to be built into my base with all these little mementos.
That's genius.
It feels really weird seeing you laying in my bed there.
Did you feel?
I'm the only one that used that. Oh.
I was just in between your sheets.
Yes.
But no, that's a cool idea. I like that idea a lot. That's something that if you weren't doing it, I'm totally stealing that for Hermitcraft Season 6.
Man. You should do it yourself. It's the kind of thing that people like Force do. You go around Force's base and there's some really cool little things that aren't needed to be there, but they're there's a sign, remember this episode, and an armor stand. And I thought this time I'm just going to do it from the beginning. Right. So it's still early game. If you want to do stuff like that, you should totally go.
I'm trying to remember my 2 deaths. Death number 1, I can't actually remember them. Oh,
it'll come back to you.
Yeah, I fell while doing the community mining. That was it. And then death number 2 was from a guardian. So yeah, I remember the 2. Cool.
Oh, you can make a memento for both then.
Yeah, that's easy. I'll be able to do that. I'm excited to do that.
I think Impulse would have some troubles. 27 deaths. I think most of those are actually to Guardians.
Probably, yeah. Guardians are horrible to deal with. But anyway, whereabouts are you trying to work out as well where you want your derp counter to go?
I know where it's going to go.
Awesome.
This bit down here though, this is the last bit we're going to check out.
Yeah.
So my base is going to go downwards and upwards a little bit, and
this
is the last of the orange area. So eventually I'm going to open up these walls and build little rooms for the mementos and other things.
Yeah.
It's just another layer of the base.
I love the look of this, the stone and the andesite. I've still not learned which one is which. Seriously.
Technically they're both stone because andesite is a damage value of the stone block.
Oh really?
Yeah. It's stone is 1 and then andesite is 1 damage free or something like that.
I did not know that.
Dude, pick up some diorite and then look at it with. Do you have the thing on so you can see the numbers?
I'll see. Hang on. Is that the F3H?
I think that might be the one. Yeah.
The advanced tool tips. Oh
That's
yeah, 0001-3.
Yep, it's a subset of stone.
I did not realise that. That's really interesting. That's like Minecraft trivia. If you're doing a Minecraft quiz, you could have that as your question.
There's a lot of Minecraft trivia.
Yeah, no, that would be an important. If we were doing Mastermind in the UK, that game show, we could do it on Minecraft trivia.
That would be pretty cool. You could probably make that game, the Mastermind game, inside of Minecraft.
That would be interesting actually, and I could have the presenter and the really sinister music and the really dark chair and dark lighting and everything like that. I think are we thinking of the same thing?
Well, I was thinking of the board game, but
Right.
now I realise you're thinking about.
I was
Yeah.
thinking that.
You
Yeah,
know
no,
the
Mastermind. Yeah,
board
there's two of
game,
them.
right? You've got all those little pegs, and you've got to fill them up. Fill up
Right.
the holes with the pegs.
Yeah.
This was a poorly placed ladder.
So is this where you want the derp counter to be going?
I'm building a like a temporary ladder, and it itself is kind of awful. If you want to come up here, it'll all make much more sense.
Right.
So above this area, I want to introduce another color, and that color is going to be green. So
Right.
I want to have like this ring, a circle that goes round that's made out of grass, and it's going to be like a walkway.
Right.
And you can go around in a circle, drop down into other parts of the base, and then over on this side, in the middle of the back of where this path is going to be, I figured that would be a great place to have the derp counter.
Right. Okay.
So it's like really big and high up, and you can see it everywhere.
Okay. That sounds good to me.
There's a but.
Right.
I haven't actually built this walkway yet, have I? So
No, I have noticed that. We're using an
I kind of
imaginary
need a moment
walkway.
here to prepare and measure and place a few blocks. If that's all right with you.
That's totally fine.
All right, Mr. Mumbo, you wanted to see this passive mob farm down here.
Yeah, because you gave me like a wonderful tour of all your base, and then I kind of walked up.
bit.
Yeah, I walked up to that platform up there, and I looked down, and I was like, "What on earth is that strange looking setup down there?"
You know how it sort of looks unfinished. It's because I'm gonna change the design and rebuild it, but the concept is really good. So, right, how can I explain it? If there's no grass in the world when you're online, right? There's no grass in the spawn chunks.
Right.
There's no grass in your base. Then you might get a load of cows spawning on the island next to you.
Yeah, that happened to me recently. I think I talked about it, and I thought my theory is that somebody's done like a really strange prank, and they've just dropped a bunch of cows at my place. That was my extremely well thought out theory there.
Well, they spawn there naturally, and your base will be prime location to build because it's in an ocean. There's no grass anywhere. So if you built a little farm down at the bottom of the world, it would spawn whatever. In this case, they only spawn mushrooms. So if you feel like it, we can drop down there. I would highly advise you don't fall into the water, and if you do, swim away from the middle.
Oh, okay.
It's something very bad down here.
All right.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So let's hop down a level.
Okay, you do realize you've really scared me now. Like I'm terrified to walk around.
There's a cow down there, and my fella ain't killing him, and I know why. It's because of the carpet they're standing on.
Right. Okay.
Have you spotted him yet?
No. Oh, there he is.
He's like his head's like stuck. I'm gonna
he's
go
going
down.
for it.
No,
He's going
around
for
the
it.
outside. Oh, get wrecked, cow.
Oh wow. He seems pretty
mean.
hardcore.
Yeah, he's mean. That's what he's trying to get up here.
Oh my word. Yeah. No, that's scary. How did you get him down here?
Oh, that was a lot of fun. That was. So I had to bring this guy from XB's base through the Nether, and then I brought him through the portal and just sort of lured him into a trap basically, and used water to push him down here, and he fell into the water, and this is his new home ever since.
Wow. I'm amazed that went so well because that would go terribly if I was doing it. It would go.
Yeah, it'd be easy to make a mistake.
Yeah. It would go all kinds of wrong.
Be very careful. He also killed me.
Right.
So he did
Okay. That's also not great. That's also not great.
Yeah, it did actually go very wrong now that I think about it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that was one
though.
of my deaths, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I said earlier. I got killed by Vindicator.
How do we get back up? Is this the
We
extremely...
got to walk through this long, dark, and ominous tunnel now.
I was going to say, this is the official exit to this place. I have to say, a Cub fan came to my base the other day, and I had my storage area, but I hadn't built any form of entrance, and I just kept apologizing for how terrible everything is. I was like, I'm really sorry. Like, this is all going to get worked on. Right now, we kind of have to come through the ceiling.
I watched the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, you're just, like, walking through Redstone through these, like, weird corridors. And
Yeah, I just had to kind of get down there, and you just go through all the redstone. I'm amazed they actually managed to find their way down there. It's quite impressive.
It's pretty impressive, really, that they got there. Don't know how they figured that out.
No.
So up the top here is where we're going to put the derp counter, and you'll see that I put down some grass. So the top level of my base is going to be like greenery themed.
Right.
And fun fact for you, passive mobs don't spawn on grass in a mushroom biome, so I can get away with having this up here and it not affecting my farm, which is
Okay.
cool.
I was going to ask that. I'm sure the audience was going to ask that as well. So that's professional Minecraft YouTuber there for covering it up.
Thought ahead, yeah. I anticipated your thoughts. All right. Here's where this thing should go, I reckon.
Right.
It's in the center. It's lined up. This cobblestone can give you a hint of where to go.
Okay.
My thinking here is I'm going to build a big green circle going around this thing. And then in the center on one side is where, yeah, that thing can be. I'm going to double, triple check that that's in the center about 100 times.
That's probably a good idea. I think so.
Hang on, before you get too carried away, is this where the bottom redstone lamp is going to go?
Yeah, I was about to ask, is that where you would want it to go? If
I reckon we should put it back 1 or 2 blocks, just because we've got to think. We want to, like, if we just left the redstone as it was, it's going to look a bit like derpy.
no, potentially, yeah.
So right. Now we can have a little bit of depth here, is what I'm thinking.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you'd have to turn on 10 lamps. You'd have to have 10 lamps worth of derpiness for you to reach
the 10 tall. Okay.
the very top. I know, it seems really tall, doesn't it? Am I the only one?
Well, I thought it was going to be 16 blocks tall or 15, so it can make. What is the full redstone thing? It's 15,
16,
isn't it?
15.
It is 6. Oh, I never remember the right one.
You've sowed the seed of doubt into my mind now. I don't know which one it is.
I think it's 15, man. I don't know.
No,
I'm not 100% you would know for sure.
Yeah, well, I thought I would have known for sure as well. Amazingly, I seem to have forgotten. This is something I've done, like, full videos on what it, what signal strength is, how to judge signal strength and everything like that, how to work with signal strength. It's ridiculous. Oh dear.
Oh, I know. So you're doing some live redstone right now.
Yeah,
this dealio, right?
Yeah, that's kind of how it's gonna go. And I think, as far as the actual, because originally we were gonna do like a big display type thing, or at least that's the idea that you had in your mind. Which would have been pretty huge.
When we talked about this today, the entire time I literally just pictured this giant, like 8-bit. What do they call it? 8-bit display.
7-segment display. Yeah.
7-segment display. That's the one. Yeah.
The issue is that all of those designs use, well, at least all the ones that I tend to build, they tend to use cauldrons, and they obviously that uses loads and loads of iron, but more importantly,
I've got an iron farm. So have you.
Yeah, well, yeah, I've got an iron farm. We both have iron farms. How good is your iron farm out of interest?
I've got more than enough. I've got more than I'm ever going to use at the moment.
Oh, man.
Well, you know what? I don't know, because I'm not one to go building in iron blocks.
Right.
But, I've got like a double chest full of iron ingots from it, pretty quickly.
That's pretty good. I'm
going to be in this area for a while.
Yeah, that's true. My iron farm's over in the community whatever area. So, yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I think maybe my design is a little bit on the slower side. For a while, I got so many comments down in the comment section from people letting me know that basically I had a ladder in the killing area, and I think there's a chance that iron golems were getting stuck on the ladder, as opposed, because it was three signs and then a ladder to hold up the lava blade, and I think maybe the iron golems were getting stuck on it. Which could have
personally, I thought your farm was doing really well. Like, I'd go over there and there'd just be tons of the stuff.
Well, maybe that's why I don't have much iron, because you'd be going.
Because people keep taking it. I'm taking some. If you need iron, you can always come over here and grab it.
No, so I'm fairly certain. Do we not have like an iron titan on the server now? I think maybe one might be being erected.
I think we have like 2 massive ones. Cubfan's got a crazy big one that isn't an iron titan.
Right.
And Tango's made new, I don't know what it's called, but it's probably got like a T pun,
Right, yeah.
Like the Iron Terrific or something.
Okay. Oh yeah, of course, because they've all been T's. Oh yeah, they have.
I'm guessing. Yeah, what were the other ones called?
Oh no, Iron Foundry. That was the first one. Or was it? No, the Iron Foundry was the one that I built on Hermitcraft Season 2. The trivia fact is that before Tango was officially a hermit, I was having problems with the foundry, and I asked you very politely to whitelist Tango very briefly so that he could help me.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
That was ages ago. Before doors could stack, I might add. So that was a painful one to build.
Painful indeed, yeah.
Oh, Xisuma, I hate to break it to you, but there is a chance that you're not going to be able to have those stairs like that because
Ah.
the blocks have to power the redstone lamps. Unless, is there a way that I could work? I have built it, by the way. I think if this actually works, I'd be impressed. Yeah,
I think they won't. I think they won't power it. That's fine. We can always just push it forward a little bit.
Yeah. No, unfortunately, yeah, because they're transparent blocks, it won't be powering. That's a shame because that looks really, really cool.
Yeah, nice little pattern, isn't it? This is one thing I learned about building. So I never consider myself a builder, but
No.
I love building, and I'm always trying to build.
Right,
and
yeah.
I'm probably just always beating myself up about my builds in my videos, right?
I'm exactly the same. I constantly say in my videos, I'm like, I'm not a builder, so blah, 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 blah. And people are like, no, your builds actually look like quite good most of the time.
You have a very clean and easy on the eyes build style, and I think a lot of people like that.
It might be like a lazy building style.
You call it lazy if you want. I wouldn't say that.
It's minimalistic.
You
it's
like
minimalistic
me
and
would have
modern.
picked up some tricks over time.
Yeah.
And until you realize what they are and how to palette them, then you anyway. Whatever I was saying. Here's this trick. Like whenever you've got a flat wall,
Right.
throw in. Did you just place down? No, you just lit up the lamp.
Yeah, no, I've placed in blocks behind it so that it actually lights up all of the lamps. So you do currently.
Yeah.
I put an item into the chest just to make sure that it will actually light it. I think we might.
I got too many thoughts in my head right now. I was just about to say, I've set myself a challenge to never place down a torch, like a visible torch. There might be one or two in this area, but the idea is that you'll never see a torch in my base.
That's
so.
Cool.
I've got these end rods instead, which I'm not sure if I'm actually going to use up here.
Right.
And then going back to the wall, the trick is just, if you've got a flat wall, throw in something in between to break it up, like stairs or a little opening,
right,
etc.
Yeah, see,
so here we've got a bit of a groove instead of just a flat color.
That's cool. That's a cool idea. And then you get the texture because I'm looking at this place here. You have the number of different textures and things like that, and just different things you have going on. It looks really crazy, like in a good way. Not just like Xisuma. It looks mad. Like you've gone crazy. It looks crazy in like in a really cool way. Yeah,
it's got a bit of structure to it.
Yeah, like I've always liked the ruined look with all the different kind of cobblestone and stone and everything like that.
It's looking as well, isn't it? That wasn't initially my intention, but you certainly get that vibe if you want to make pathways of 3 or 4 different blocks all scattered about.
Yeah,
you're gonna get something like that, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It just becomes almost like Stonehenge or something. I don't know. Like it just becomes like I'm trying to think what it would be described as, like almost temple-like. Like old ruined temple. Yeah. Either way, it looks really cool. Like all of these things are really good things. I think it looks awesome, and hopefully.
I'm glad you like the look of it, man.
Like this thing, I'm thinking it's done. All we have to do now is I'm gonna have to grab a whole bunch of non-stackable objects that we can put in here. So I'm gonna make a bunch of stone shovels. I guess that would probably be a good idea.
Yep, there's iron in the chest down there. Help yourself.
All right. Okay. So I'll dump all of my items in here. I don't actually know how many shovels it will take to go right the way up to the top. I imagine probably about 3/4 of a double chest. So, do you have any sticks actually?
Somewhere around there.
Come to think about it.
Sorry.
Do you have any sticks?
Yeah. Well, there's woods. Look for the stick on the chest. That's the wood chest, and then below it there's the iron one.
Okay, so you've got
stuff has sort of been labelled a little bit.
Yeah.
The idea, just a little bit.
So is this?
Where is this chest that I put items into, by the way? Is it at the back or? But no, this activated with a button.
So yeah, we'll activate it with a button. I'll do. Actually, I do need to still do that. There's one little bit of redstone that I still need to do. So,
okay.
It's always funny going into someone else's storage system and trying to work out where they've placed things. It's like...
Yeah. Well, mine's got a little bit intuitive. If you look at the item frame directly, it's got a name, and sometimes it's a pun or a joke, or sometimes it will tell you what's in there.
A fine day to die. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
I like it. Oh. Okay, so redstone. Okay, so stone will be... Where would all your stone and things like that be? Because I need to make a couple stone
They're in
buttons.
the bulk storage around the other side. There's stone up here, though, unless you need, like, a crazy amount.
Oh, yeah, of course. I brought a bunch with me. Wow, you do have a lot of iron.
Yep. And there's loads more over at the farm. Yeah. Do you want one?
I mean, I wouldn't mind one. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize that we had heads for that sort of thing.
Yeah. Oh, there's loads. There's loads. You need to go to my website. There's a list on there with all the ones that you can get.
I mean,
I'm going to add some more real soon as well.
I did see the other day that when I was AFK fishing, I got a petrified pufferfish head that I quite liked.
I saw that in your video, right? I was watching your video, and I saw your mouse hover over it, and you kept talking about all the different stuff in there. I was like, please notice the fish head. Please notice the fish head.
I don't know how.
And then you were like, oh, there's the fish head, and then you just moved straight on, and I was like, oh.
I'm sorry.
It was more of a big deal than that. There's just this new item there for you.
I didn't know. That's so funny that you say that, because I didn't know how common they were or anything like that, or if there was something that I should be like, whoa, that's insane. But no, that's cool. Okay, so it is working, by the way. That's good. My little idea in my head seems to have actually come together pretty quickly and is functioning. Oh, awesome.
So my question is, how do I activate it?
Yeah, I'll do that in a sec. I'll just quickly do the final, because I need to put enough shovels into your system to make sure that you can actually get right the way up to the top. Otherwise, that will be a bit silly. That won't be particularly good. So that's
I'll tell you something now, Mumbo. I've got a feeling I'm going to rebuild this thing.
Right.
I'm also not too keen on this shape so far. It needs more. It needs more wool attached to it. So I kind of pictured like you have the color, and this is just the first green block that I could think of and grab.
Right.
And then you have like a pattern, and then each time it repeats off to the side, it comes like it goes down a little bit further, and it goes across a little bit further. Yeah, something like that.
I mean, I think it's a cool idea. I've never worked.
It's all right.
Oh, to be fair, you know, I'm looking at this in my like clean wool texture pack. And so you have like these really nice clean like wool blocks that look like something out of like the digital age or something, and then you have the stone bricks next to it. So I'm sure if I was in like the standard texture pack, it would probably look a lot cooler.
Yeah, it looks a little weird. I think the green spreading over a lot doesn't really quite work. But there's some good ideas here. The thing with me in building is I don't generally jump straight to the thing that looks really good. I spend a lot of time.
Yeah.
You know.
You're a little bit like me in that you work with it, you build, you take it down, you build, you take it down.
Yep.
You decide that you don't particularly like what you've just done, you start again, etc., etc. Ongoing like that.
Do a lot
basically.
of rebuilding.
Yeah.
I'm thinking this might be better if it's like recessed and there's some blocks in front of it as well.
Oh, I like that. I like. What have you done? What have you just done there? I like the fact that you
back.
Yeah, you kind of have like some. That looks cool. I like that. That's looking
okay,
cooler.
So this might make it look even cooler. I'm not sure, but if I grab some slabs and pull them across. Oh, that didn't work.
This should be interesting.
Kind of works.
That looks cool in like a.
I'm not going to try and finish this today, man. I appreciate the redstone you've done here. I may end up like tearing it down and rebuilding it back like a block further back or something. But I'll figure out like what this is going to look like and do it.
Yeah. Of course. No, of course. I understand. Much like me, the building process is something that I personally, I don't even know how you've managed to do all of that like live on camera, because for me, it would just be me just scratching my head, just placing one block and then going,
well, this is it. The pressure was on, you see.
Yeah.
The pressure was on, so I just grabbed some green wool and then got going with it. So at least I got something to look at and think about.
Yeah,
it's a good start, I think.
I kind of threw you into the deep end in the fact that I've started doing all of the redstone and things, and I've kind of left you with nothing to do. So
I don't mind.
I'm sorry about that.
A little bit of building. I fell down. That's the first time. That's my first derp right there, falling off of that thing.
Oh, we can add one. I'll see if it works.
Oh yeah. Someone's been keeping track of all the derps and spoons that we've done already. Oh, right. And this reminds me, by the way. So, like we mentioned earlier, that there'd be a wager.
Yes.
Or something like that. I don't have any idea what that wager would be, but perhaps the people watching can give us ideas with comments.
That would be cool. That I bet they'd come out with some like evil stuff though. Yeah, it's working. I've just given you one on the derp counter. So you now officially have one. So you have, and that should be one item in this chest out the back here. Yep, and then so every time you hit the button, it will send a shovel from the shovel. Basically, it will send a spoon through. It's like a spoon infiltration in the back here. But it will send
I guess, yeah. The shovel is the spoon, isn't it?
So mine is actually going to be a physical spoon counter, funnily enough. But
that's great.
Yours is, yours. We can rename them to Derp if you wanted to. But yeah, every single time you hit the button, you will send a shovel through into the chest out the back. The comparator will take an output from it, and then when you hit it a certain number of times, obviously the signal strength will increase, and you'll light up another lamp right the way up to the top. I think that's
sweet.
That works, and it's a lot simpler than the 7-segment. It's not quite as cool as the 7-segment display. I do feel like that would have been insane, but I've built one of those. I built 2 of those next to one another in Hermitcraft Season 4. And it took.
It's a bit of a late game thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it took probably about 3.5 hours as well, just because you basically have to place all of the cauldrons inside the piston feed tape in a specific way, and it's not as simple as laying them out. I don't know if you've ever built one before.
I get a good idea of how they work.
Yeah,
like the cauldrons power the cauldrons are like a configuration for powering the lamps, and then when you push them all around together, it gives them a new configuration. Yeah. I can see how that would be difficult.
Basically, what you have to do is you just have to go in manually. You place one cauldron, then you run out to the front and see which one it's lit up. Like, gradually you learn where each cauldron is going to light up, like what part of the display is going to be lit up. But yeah, you place in a cauldron, you see, does that look like the bottom half of like a 2? And then you place in the next cauldron, you're like, oh, I've got the middle section of the 2, and so on and so forth. And that part is painful, and it will be painful to watch as well.
Oh, yeah. It'll be a total grind, basically.
Yeah, it's a lot of breaking and replacing. And because you're working with cauldrons as well, you're filling them up with water. And the most frustrating thing in the world is I always shift-click water onto the cauldron, just pour redstone all over the redstone.
Yeah, I've done that as well. So I'm out of slabs.
All good fun. So this seemed like a much simpler option, and it seems to be working. So
I mean, you could press it a few more times if you want to check and see how it goes, and then I'll reset it back later.
All right, that sounds good. Yeah, I'll see if we can get up to, as long as we can get up to the next level. 1, 2. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's working. So it's kind of going to lit up. It's going to light up the next redstone lamp every 2 or 3 presses, basically.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome. I like this a lot. And so then, yeah, we're gonna have that wager for the first person to the top. It's gonna be a fun little project. What do you think of the right-hand side here? I think that's looking reasonable.
That's looking really cool. I'm
going to work on that design, and I think I can make it a little better. And yeah, this will get rebuilt. I'm telling you now, man. I'm gonna rebuild it and make sure it looks fancy.
I look forward to seeing what it looks like. Right, well, I guess so. Now that we have your one, I guess the main thing that I have to do is I have to then build one actually on my little island, which should be interesting for you. Because I don't know what you're going to be doing.
Man, you got prismarine blocks. I wanna build with some prismarine. I'm gonna use some grey, so I've got the stone for that.
Yeah, do that. That would be cool.
My brain's already ticking over with ideas as we head or get ready to head over there. So if I just pick up these shulker boxes, are you emptying that chest out?
Yeah, that's all. I don't think I'm gonna need anything else. I've run out of space. Do you have
any shulker boxes?
Nope, I still don't have any shulker boxes. I haven't done any end raiding. I only got fireworks in the previous episode.
Okay, but you should have one. I gave you one.
Oh, I do have one, yeah. It's in my base right now.
Do you want some more?
If you're willing to hand one over, that would be super handy, because I really want one for my redstone.
Yeah, you need shulker boxes in this game, man. That's got something in it. Do you want some leather pants?
I think I'm all right, thanks. It's pretty warm today in England. That'd be quite sweaty.
Okay, here you go.
Oh wow, not one.
And then whenever you do your projects and stuff, just keep your redstone in one. Yeah, you know how to use these. I don't need to explain nothing, do I? I'm going to take those. Oh wait, you wanted to just put them in there, didn't you?
Yeah, I'll chuck.
You are literally carrying around buckets of redstone.
Yeah, I always. This is permanently my inventory. Is this sort of thing? Like,
I'm going to take the prismarine blocks out of there. Actually,
yeah, no problem.
So it's just redstone, and then I'll build with them when we're at your base.
That sounds good to me. Right.
How are your wings? They're repaired, ain't they?
Yep, fully repaired. Are we going to be flying over there? I'm interested to see how we actually get there.
Okay, follow me.
To be fair, I think That was
quite fun.
I was like, that doesn't look like the way to my base, but I'll follow you. Right, where have you? Okay, you've headed off in this direction.
I've headed north, I believe. Yeah, and then
you're
I'm
gonna see the new look to my base.
Yes, I am.
I've recently just done it.
Oh, okay. Have I not seen the episode? Is it coming out tomorrow?
No, it's coming out.
Like
what day is it today? It's coming out tonight.
Sunday.
It's coming out tonight.
Oh, I look forward to seeing it then.
So we are. Where have you gone? Oh, I've lost.
Something on the right. What is that? Oh, it's part of
that's what I was wondering. I think this might be false.
It is. When it first loaded, it looked like a little lone island that had a house on it.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, if I had pressed F5, I can see where you are behind me. that looks absolutely great.
But earlier on, we were flying in like proper.
I think one day we need to get every hermit together purely for the sake of flying in a group.
That would be amazing. We could try and go in like V formation.
Oh.
We're flying in like, I'm trying to do like red arrow stuff, as in flying within like 6 feet of you.
Yeah. I'm doing some dips and dives. Do you know the coordinates of your base?
Not 100% certain, I must admit.
Okay, hang on. If this connects to mainland, then we need to go to the left. Yeah, okay, it's this direction now.
Well, we did fly over an ocean monument, and
that was the one next to my base.
Right. Okay.
There's a point here. Like, if we haven't found it in the next 3 minutes, then I've got a feeling that I don't know where we are.
Oh, I know where we are. I know where we are. So that's no.
What is this here?
What is that thing?
I got no idea what that is. I think someone's been building a game of some
I'm gonna try and. I tried to fly through the little circle just to show off, and it didn't go so well. I think this is coming into my base.
Yeah, I can hear it. Oh wow! Oh, dude, that looks amazing.
Yeah, it's coming together.
That's cool. Oh, dude, you had some lightning horses here.
I've got about 1 million. That I don't know what happened in this. Like, what happened during this thunderstorm
happened.
But there so many spawned. So many. There's a bunch down underneath as well.
Oh, dude, that's so cool. You should hold on to these guys. Eventually, I think they will drop skeleton heads.
Oh, really?
Possibly.
Oh, that would be amazing, yeah.
We might have to do this thing where, in order to get every mob head on every mob, we have command blocks that say, this is a skeleton, like, give it this loot table, which drops a head. Because I think all the horses and like all the zombies are like one thing, if that makes sense.
Right, okay. You know? Oh, that makes sense. But yeah, so this is...
But that's why I was hinting that you should keep them.
Right, okay. I seem to have loads of them. They're all over the place. But yeah, this is the current base at this point in time. Let's say the cyan concrete has helped out so much because it looks really cool in with all the prismarine and things like that. But I did all of this extra, like all the circle ribbony stuff in the previous episode, if I can take off. And I did that in the previous episode. And yeah, it's turned out looking pretty cool. I still have like the inside sections to do, but it's quite good.
Are you going to drain these away further or to match like
I think
this?
I'm kind of considering doing that, yeah. I think that would look really, really cool to kind of drop it back. But I'm trying my best to avoid becoming a worse version of your old base on Hermitcraft Series 4 because yours looked insane. And I'm trying to avoid that happening.
You would be competing with that. That's a good point. And that thing took me a crazy amount of time to do. Dude, you got a squid farm over here as well, by the way.
Yeah, they do seem to just drop down. I should put some hoppers down at the bottom, or like a hopper minecart.
Oh, just how simple would that be to set up? One track, minecart goes around in the circle, then you got a squid farm, or ink farm even.
That's actually a good idea. Because look, they just drop there all the time.
They swim. They basically swim and find their way to this bit. It'd be a slow one, but it'd be better than nothing, wouldn't it?
Exactly. And also that means that I can get dark prismarine as well.
Oh, I'll tell you what. I'm collecting this stuff right now, and I'm going to use dark prismarine. So where are we building your squid? Just like fell right in front of me.
Yeah. The number. Look, there's another one that's just going to come straight out the wall. Like they just go whoop, and then just flat straight out. He's learnt. Oh no, he's straight out the edge.
Oh no!
What a champion! He's living on the edge there.
He used his brain smarts, that guy.
Yeah, that was good. But I don't actually know. I'm trying to think if we could if there's any way that I could incorporate into this area down at the bottom, but I don't think I could, really. Realistically...
I almost got crushed.
I don't think there's any way that I could do it in here. Or if you want to craft up prismarine and things like that, then there should be a decent number of shards in these chests.
There's a few thousand.
Yeah, and, well, you say that, but I was doing all of the stuff around the top, and I didn't realise that it takes nine stacks of prismarine shards to make one prismarine brick block. I hadn't realised it was that kind of...
It's like a fair bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. So I hadn't realised. So I thought I had loads. I had hundreds to make it. And it turned out I actually had to do some extra AFKing to get all of the blocks. But I reckon in terms of where to build it, I'm almost tempted to do it on the island. This is tough.
On the islands, over to the side?
Yeah.
Well, you don't really have a project space yet.
No.
Like, here's the thing, I'm probably going to rebuild mine, although it'll be in the same position. Like, I'm going to move it off at 1 or 2 blocks, you know.
Yeah.
There's no harm in rebuilding it. It's quite a simple project. We're just outlining the premise today and getting people's ideas, so we can take all of that into consideration. So maybe just have it in this area temporarily.
Well, see, I was thinking that, but the issue is that it's 1 block. It's a 3-block thing, and this is 2 block central. That's
build it in the corner.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
I just bounced off of the ground and flew into that water. Oh yeah, look, it would line up here actually.
Yeah, do you reckon? I could build it in. Yeah, I could build it in just in one of the sections, and then this could be like my temporary spoon counter, and you can do some ideas for decoration, and then this is good. I like this idea. That's the smart way of doing it. Instead of getting too caught up in the details and everything like that, just go ahead and build it.
I left my crafting bench back there. Do you have any wood for a crafting bench?
I do. I seem to have. I went out and collected about 1 million blocks of wood before we went out. And I have to say, having this shulker box is pretty handy. I'd forgotten how handy it is to have a redstone shulker box.
Oh, it's super handy.
It's like I remember when they announced that me and Iskal were at Minecon, and we were there, and I have to say I was with my girlfriend at the time who doesn't play Minecraft at all, and me and Iskal were getting very, very excited about these shulker boxes, and my girlfriend was just sat there just very confused.
Yeah. What are you guys on about?
Like we were like, oh my word, you now have like portable storage. This is incredible. It's like one of the best things that's happened in Minecraft.
You're
like that.
losing your mind.
Yeah. And my girlfriend was just like, I didn't realise you cared that much about this stuff. And I was like, yeah, this is amazing. It's the best thing ever.
Basically, we're Minecraft nerds.
Yeah, complete and utter Minecraft nerds. Because obviously she doesn't play it that much, so I don't really talk to her too much about it. So she kind of doesn't realise, even though I make Minecraft videos all the time, like that is what I do.
You know, it'd be worse than the Madding shulker boxes would be if they added bluestone.
Oh, I would have lost it. I would have gone completely insane. Because that's pretty cool, but B, because I was like, I did this. This was a thing that...
Yeah, it was your idea, wasn't it?
In a way. I mean, it's been done, obviously, different coloured wires of redstone has been done hundreds of times and everything like that. But no, I would still lay claim to it, I think. I would still lay claim to that one.
Yeah, it's a great one, bluestone. I do think it'd be nice to have it one day.
Yeah, I think far off in the distance, like maybe at some point when... I don't know how to explain the time that I feel like it should arrive, because it would lead to like quite a big change in how redstone operates and works.
Yeah, like how long have we been playing this game for? The fact that it will change slowly over time makes it very like interesting. But how much change can it take? So where do the lamps go here, by the way?
Yeah, I'm just working that out. I've got 4 bits of glowstone. Do you have any extra glowstone, by the way?
Yep, I got some glowstone for you.
Fantastic. I suddenly had a little bit of a panic there.
Yeah, I was getting some earlier for you.
Yeah. Well, because when I was like, oh yeah, we'll build all this and everything, and I was like, this is great. Yeah, I've got this idea in my head. It's going to work perfectly. And then I suddenly thought to myself, about 10 minutes before we were meant to start work on it, I was like, I don't have like the main thing, the thing that's actually going to be lighting up.
Yep, we need a glowstone farm, man. I'm working on a witch farm at the moment. You'd be welcome to take some drops from it when it's up and running. Oh yeah, it goes into the side. I was gonna say this is off by 1.
Yeah,
Like,
so yeah, you have to, it goes into the side, and then the other one goes into the other side, basically. So then we'll have blocks going up like that. And yeah, it should just run up and across. Yeah, this is super simple. I'm surprised at how simple because usually when I do things off the top of my head, especially when I'm recording videos and working with other people, I tend to make them just overly complicated and ridiculous. And then people in the comment section are like, what on earth are you doing? Like, how
isn't it great having
so
an
simple?
audience, like another set of eyes on what you do? Because you will encounter that so many times in this game where there's just this like incredibly simpler way of doing things, but you have to get your head out of thinking, I need to use this redstone block to do this. Well, sometimes it's like, you know, oh, what about that game mechanic? That'll do it for you. And
yeah,
like, oh.
that. It's both handy and also horrendous in both, depending on how people say it, basically. Because there are two different types of commenters in those sorts of situations, and we know what one of them is like.
There's the rude and then there's the helpful.
Yeah, exactly. So especially when I'm doing
like, why didn't you use XYZ?
Yeah, exactly. That sort of one, and that's one of the reasons. I mean, it's a very small reason, mind you. But when I used to play like modded, occasionally, my 7 episodes of modded that I've ever done on my channel, it was just filled to the brim. Even though at the start of every single one of those videos, I was like, look, I've never played modded before. Like, this is all new to me. I don't know what's going on. Even though I state that very clearly in the start, I still get called an idiot. Like, you're a total idiot. You don't know what's going on. And it's like, no, I know I don't know what's going on because I haven't played it yet. Let me learn.
And some people are just saying things that they saw in someone else's video.
Yeah,
which
exactly.
happens to me a lot. And it's like, oh, but that's like, you know, totally outdated. I mean, having to go at anyone for anything in mod is ridiculous, because not only like are the mods different from one another and behave differently, they get changed and updated all the time.
Yeah.
Like no mod ever stays the same.
This
is why I've never done modded myth busting, because vanilla's a pretty consistent game, and then slowly it changes over time, whereas modded like chops and changes left, right and center.
I wouldn't even know where to
just
begin.
change overnight.
That would be I would feel sorry for you if I saw you posting that on your channel. I'd be like, prepare for just being blasted. As soon as you put out the video, you'll get blasted anyway from people that have like outdated information, who think that they're right. But then, more importantly, in like 3 months' time, that'll be the worst bit, when they change something subtle and then suddenly.
Yeah, you go look at an old video and someone's telling. I get that on like my old Minecraft 2.0 video and stuff like that. Like someone's like, "You dumbass, all of this is in the game," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's because this video's really old." And after they did it, they went and added loads of the stuff because people wanted it. Oh.
I remember that. I remember because I wasn't part of the Hermitcraft group at all. I was.
Oh,
I think.
Sure you was at that time. That's season 2, wasn't it? Or
no,
not.
that was season 1. It was season 1. It was early. And I as I say, I wasn't really in the Hermitcraft group. I think because, you know, we played. You used to play on the Geomine server occasionally. You used to pop on when I used to be a member of the Geomine.
I started the Geomine server.
Exactly.
And then when YouTube took over, I sort of just became like that guy who kind of hangs around.
Yeah. But no, I remember when I used to play on the Geomine server, you know, I kind of did like a handful of episodes, and then unfortunately, I think it got hacked, didn't it? And then it went down, and then it never really came back.
Yeah, it had a few things like that going on, like a couple of resets and stuff.
But so I was playing on there, and I remember whenever you used to join, obviously I used to fangirl like an absolute champion, and I think eventually
Did you?
Yeah, of course I did.
Oh man,
I know.
So long ago, I forget the details sometimes.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I remember all this stuff. I remember all the things about, you know, being invited to join Hermitcraft and everything. I remember everything. But no, what the main detail that I'm going for here is I remember seeing that come out, the whole Minecraft 2.0 thing, and I was like, man, I actually really like all this stuff. B, it's really funny, and C, I reckon these videos are going to do really well that all of these hermits have produced. And lo and behold, all those videos, every single like Minecraft 2.0 video seems to have just ridiculous numbers of views.
yeah, they do. They always generate. Do you know what it is? It's because Minecraft won't have a 2.0 and doesn't have one.
Yeah.
People who are curious are going to be, oh, this game's old. Like, is there a second one? And it's just something people are always going to search for.
Well,
and then they watch those videos and they don't really like get it, what's going on.
No, but one thing that makes me laugh about that is that I don't even know what the motivation was for this in the slightest back in the day, but I made like a little animation type thing of Minecraft 2.0 just based on,
I remember that.
Yeah, it was for like a YouTube channel that I had called Things in Nutshells, and I just did Minecraft 2.0 in a nutshell, and it was like 40 seconds long, and that video still gets loads of views, and people still to this day ask me like what happened to Things in Nutshells YouTube channel and stuff like that.
That was a really cool channel, man. I'll probably still subscribe to that.
Mate, I think you are. I think I looked at it the other day. It's got like 4,000 subscribers, and I think your little head shows that you're still subscribed to it.
Sweet.
This looks awesome, by the way.
I'm glad you like it. That turned out really well, didn't it?
That looks epic.
One change, which is to put a ridge there and move these ones back a little bit.
I don't know how you do it. You say that you struggle with the building thing, but I've just witnessed you create 2 awesome builds whilst I've just been chatting along.
I got lucky with this one, right? This wasn't what I originally planned, but as I was placing the dark prismarine with the slabs, like they sort of tilted upwards a little bit, and then I was like, I'm just going to follow that shape. It's a very shapy build, isn't it?
Yeah, it kind of looks like Art Deco. Not that I really know what that is, but that's the...
Sounds like a thing, doesn't it?
It sounds like a thing, exactly. Okay, there's one more thing that I have to do, which is to put in the button, and I've just run out of redstone, but yeah, that was this has been a successful building projects with Mumbo and Xisuma Void. You've managed to create some awesome looking stuff. I've actually managed to somehow freestyle a redstone contraption that is functioning, which doesn't happen very often.
It's working well.
And we've nostalgiaed.
I'm gonna get us the numbers, by the way. Someone's been keeping track.
Yeah, I've seen the graphs
and spoons. Yeah, so I'm gonna get the latest on that, and then we'll program those in, and then we need a wager.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of it. Like, we're both probably going to end up rebuilding these things in a permanent location. But
exactly, yeah.
Then we just need, like, what is the wager about?
I think so.
I've got no idea.
I can't even think what sort of thing, because I wouldn't want to do like payment. Like, I wouldn't want it to be like, oh, Xisuma's got more derps than me. He owes me this many diamonds. I feel like that's like silly. I mean, it's a potential last resort idea kind of thing. It's like, oh, whatever. I think it should be some form of.
It's got to be. I'll tell you what. There are so many people watching, right? And loads of people have great ideas. There'll be that one comment in your video when you're reading them. There'll be that one comment where you're like, "That's the idea. Like that's the one."
I have just thought of one thing though, which is that whoever loses. So I guess it depends how you class who loses. Is the person who loses the one that has the most derps or spoons? I'm guessing that's how that works.
Yeah, because it would work the other way around. Because even though like being a bit of a spoon or doing a derp is like fun in a way, like, it wouldn't be if you intentionally did it. So
no, exactly. Okay, so the person with the least number of derps or spoons wins. And I would say my silly idea is that some form of like shrine has to be erected for them for being the better, the better Minecraft.
Yeah, in your base, like the shrine's got to be in your base, right? So like if you spoon out first, then you got to put like an Xisuma Void face somewhere in your base.
Yeah, to just be reminded that you are better than me. Anyway, that's like a silly daft idea, but if we look at the comments,
I think you've got the best idea. I think I'm going to read all the comments, and there's not going to be one better than that. Now.
I don't know. We'll see. I won't rule anything out because someone might come out with something insane. But no, I do quite like that idea. Just being constantly reminded that you are better than me would be very, very funny.
It would be good. I got a request, dude. By the way, in your next episode, when I watch it, here's what I want to see. Right. I want to see some rails around the outside here.
That's such a good idea.
I want to see a little minecart going around in a circle.
A little squid farm. That's genius. I need squid. I was going to build a squid farm because I need the dark prismarine, and I think that's genius. I mean, look, it does a half decent job. The only thing is, I don't know how well it would work with squids that land on it. Would they stop like this guy? Oh no, he's died.
Oh, they eventually suffocate and.
Oh yeah, of
you'll
course.
be fine. Anything that lands on it. The only problem you might have is that the minecart might bump into it and then go back round in the other direction. But in theory, I don't think it would end up stopping. It would just get pushed around a lot,
Yeah, hopefully
So
not.
it should be pretty straightforward golden idea right there.
Hopefully, if so, that'll be the most hilarious squid farm ever. That'll be fantastic.
The unintentional squid farm.
Exactly, yes. Well, there's loads of it. There is everywhere.
It's like the opposite of what Gal did.
Yeah,
He built a squid farm and those squid spawned in it.
That would be heartbreaking. That would be absolutely heartbreaking. But no, well, thank you for the idea. Thanks for coming along as well and checking out my humble little base. And thanks
Yeah, man, it's coming along well.
for doing the spoon and the derp counting. I'm sure.
Yeah, likewise, man. Thank you for making that contraption. It's been a lot of fun. And I guess are we ending it here then?
Yeah, I think we'll part ways.
All right then. I'm gonna try and make a dramatic exit. I just need my wings first of all.
Please
well
do.
then, Mumbo. I was a bit aware that there was a beacon above me that I might have smacked my head into.
That's what I was thinking. I was waiting for you to try and just smash straight into the beacon.
I knew it was there though, man.
All right
Then.
See you later.
Thank you everyone for watching. If you've enjoyed the episode, leave a like. As always, thank you for your support, and we'll see you soon. Ciao for now. Bye.